Hey guys, it's your brother in Christ, Weston. Thanks for joining me today. So today's article comes out of End Times headlines. Let's get into it. Okay, there's two things I wanted to talk about. Maybe I'll break them up over two videos because they're two separate things. Um, this one is the top of the list, and I'm so interested. 34 government insiders to go public in new UFO documentary. 34. That's a lot of people. That's 34 people that are coming out, meaning there's probably double, triple, quadruple that know, or at least a good portion of people who know. It says here, highly anticipated development for UFO enthusiasts and skeptics alike, filmmaker Dan Farah has finally spoken out about the secretive year-long project, The Age of Disclosure, a documentary set to premiere at South by Southwest Film Festival on March 9th, which is Sunday. Yeah, today's what, the 5th, 6th, 7th? Yeah, Sunday. Farah's film promises to deliver a sobering, credible examination of unidentified anomalous phenomenon, or UAPs, drawing exclusively from on-record interviews from high-ranking U.S. government, military, and intelligence officials. Yo. The premiere is just days away. On March 5th, today, Farah's revelations are already generating significant buzz. Farah's, however you say it, comments detailed in a recent Hollywood Reporter article pushed on March 5th underscore the film's bold promise that the existence of UAPs is no longer a matter of debate amongst government elite. None of the government leadership I spoke are debating whether this is real. Farah told the outlet, hinting at the unprecedented access he gained to insiders. Documentary features 34 current wowzers and former senior officials, including newly confirmed Secretary of State Marco Rubio. I remember this, him talking about this, who reportedly states in the trailer even presidents are operating on a need to know basis. That's wild. Other notable voices include former Department of Defense official Luis Elizondo and Jay Stratton. I wonder if Luis will actually tell us something, though, because I feel like he has been kind of just like drip feeding things, and it's kind of leading nowhere as well at the same time. Ex director of U.S. government UAP task force, both of whom played pivotal roles in opening the doors for Farah's research. According to a January 22nd of this year unveiling the film's trailer, The Age of Disclosure contends that an 80-year cover-up has concealed the presence of non-human intelligent life in a clandestine and global race to reverse engineer UFO technology, which we've seen a lot of lately. Remember even the Vegas situation we reviewed that these people saw something hit the back of their yard and looked like there was a couple of backhoes and front loaders, uh and they were and even like a small excavators, and there were supposed to be like giant, there was like 8 foot 9 foot aliens that were in the back. And they said they had like men in black style, FBI style people show up at their residence, which was nuts. They even walked out with trailers, and as you see them walking to like their backyard, they immediately like they saw something, and they all stood back, all of them. That's that's not that something like that doesn't even look like it's staged for sure. Um, the trailer has already amassed 18 million views across the platforms. My goodness. Half from international audiences signals the film's potential to shift public perception on a topic long relegated to fringes. Fair's journey into the world of UAPs began years ago through a chance connection with anonymous source who introduced himself to Elizondo and Stratton. I told them I wanted to make the most serious, incredible, sober documentary ever made about this topic. Fair explained in a March 5th Hollywood. This is all today coming out, at least these interviews and stuff. His goal was clear: to rely solely on individuals with direct legally disclosable knowledge from their government roles. What followed was a cascading series of introductions to other high-level figures, pulling Farah down what he describes as the most revelatory and interesting experience of my life. This methodical approach sets the Age of Disclosure apart from countless UFO documentaries that have come before it. Unlike speculative works of those leaning on unverified eyewitness accounts, Fair's film promises a narrative grounded in official testimony, which is good. The result, as in teased in the trailer, is a compelling case that disclosure is upon us. Farah himself put it in a September 25th, 2024 Hollywood Reporter article discussing another upcoming UAP documentary, the program by filmmaker James Fox. The timing of Age of Disclosure aligns with a broader wave of UAP related developments. In July 2023, Three former Pentagon officials testified before Congress, I remember this, about their experiences with UAPs, while bipartisan UAP Disclosure Act of 2023 signaled growing legislative momentum. Most recently, a January 23rd, 2025 post on Boing highlighted the film's inclusion of prominent figures like Senators Kirsten Gillibrand, Mike Rounds, alongside former National Intelligence Director Jim Clapper, and further amplifying its credibility. Farah hopes his film serves as more than just entertainment. I hope I made a film that the public is aware of the most very serious situations that impact us all. He told the Hollywood Reporter on March 5th. Multiple senators reportedly believe the documentary could be a powerful tool to push government towards greater transparency. Man, and it will. I'm sure it will. A sentiment echoed by Christopher Mellon, former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Intelligence, who called UAPs the biggest discovery in human history. And there's aliens, demons. Those are demons, bro. Those are Nephilim for sure. I believe they're Nephilim, 1,000%. Um, and Fair's team seeks a distributor from South by Southwest premiere. The film's international reach already evident. The trailer's 9 million international views suggest a global appetite for answers for UAPs. This aligns with sentiments expressed in February 13th, 2023, Space.com article about UAP docuseries, UFOs Investigating the Unknown, which noted a heady time for UFO and UAP revelations, extending into 2024 and beyond. That's my son in the background. Um, yeah, I think this is awesome. I haven't even don't even I don't there's not a thing up here for the trailer. I'll have to find it, and if I can find it, I'll put it in the description below. So somewhere down there. So I can watch it as well. Comes out on the 9th. So I don't know how long it's gonna be, but this will I think this is good for the sole fact that we're gonna see demonic entities for ourselves for the first time. Outside of seeing them on like a full disclosure of the world. Like if you actually see something like this and it makes its way, like where there's full on disclosure, you're going to see that because then I think it's going to change even not even bring the believer even closer to Christ because of actually seeing what I believe antiquity saw and has seen for thousands of years. Where today we don't see that. Today our gods are a phone, a computer. Um, they are medical systems. They are buildings that are symbolic of certain things and certain whatever. And do I think that there are these things that run the world? Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. And that are made to look like ministers of light, angels of light. They masquerade themselves just like Satan does, and his workers do the same. Uh, and reptilians or grays or whatever other names there are, however many there are, guaranteed 1000% you can take this home to the bank. You can say Weston Smith said that these are Nephilim slash fallen angels slash demons. Demons at best, fallen angels at worst, meaning like it's not all the same because that's three different classes. Like a fallen angel is an angel who has fallen. It's not like a I don't know how to class it. When Satan is described, and what Ezekiel 38, um, what is it? I believe that that's talking about Satan, how beautiful he was. He looks like an angel. He's not a half horseman. Pan is what he's looking like with horns and red and a pitchfork. That's not him. It's not what he looks like. So, yes, Miles. So with that said, um, and there's a spirit inside of there and a Nephilim. What does it mean to look at someone who looks like you but is not you? And all the stories about these giants with 6 fingers and 6 toes, and the thing in Kandahar, they have like massive red hair and they're big and they move really fast, and all these the things that we've talked about for years that other people have talked about. They just have like descriptions and testimonies about people, but they don't have any like actual hard evidence other than eyewitnesses, and nothing, and not documents that are necessarily written down or pieces of things that could have been. And you see that there's been skeletons. That was, I don't know, I think it was at the Smithsonian. Like I've seen skeletons. Like that stuff should say something. So there is things. I think it's just obviously being hidden from you. And to have something like this and to dive into this and to prove to the world that we are more than just terrestrial, like natural. There is a supernatural aspect. Like this world is actually supernatural, because a supernatural God made it. I guess you could say it's supernatural and it's also natural at the same time in some sense. Um, and that it will open the eyes of the blind to come to Christ and to see the truth and to know the truth. And I think when that stuff happens, it's like my mind can't envision what happens after that. So, like what does a world look like with that, with that, like this, like full on disclosure, full on meeting, face to face, the real encounter with the world kind of situation where we all see it. I can't imagine. Like my mind doesn't go further than that for some reason. I can't. I'm trying to think of it. So, anyways, that's the video, guys. If you like the video, be sure to like the video. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Check this out. This is called The Age of Disclosure. Drops the 9th, and there's supposed to be a trailer for it. I'll try to find the trailer and put it in the description below. If you like this video, be sure to like the video. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.